Today we talk about Ninja Turtles, X-Men, WWE, TitanFall, and Call of Duty Ghosts. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Totally a Fan, Not a Major Critic, the show where I, a total fan, come to you and bring you news in the world of fandom. Today we're going to talk about Ninja Turtles. There's been recent leaks of the Halloween costumes, which pissed off a lot of people. Then very recently there were leaks of the Ninja Turtle action figures, which truthfully, after looking at them a little bit more, they look like statues, possibly production pieces on what they could look like when the movie comes out, or when the action figures come out. And then just very recently, I believe today, we got a release of a possible poster. Now, if any of you have seen these, this poster, I think is more so just like a promotional thing. If you look at the picture a little bit more, you can see other merchandise and stuff like that stocked up on the shelf on the right, and it looks like they're just getting their merchandise stuff ready. So I don't think it's necessarily a movie poster, but very interesting. Now, I like to draw a lot. I'm a conceptual character artist. I've drawn since I was a kid, and I love doing characters and stuff like that. And definitely, I believe with the Ninja Turtles and Shredder, they have some design cues that I may not necessarily like, or you may love, or you may hate. And what's great is that we can open this for discussion. Now, personally, the Shredder kind of looks like cues from Iron Man or Whiplash were taken from it. From the Iron Man 2 movie, and so you can definitely see a more robotic look to it. Personally, I would have gone with a little more traditional Japanese with some military tactical type looks, all the while still keeping the razors and stuff like that, so definitely you would have some elements of fantasy. Now, the Turtles themselves, which are the biggest controversy. Before I continue, I definitely want to note to all the fans that are watching this show and fans of movies and Ninja Turtles and everything fandom, there has been a lot of issues with everybody wanting or demanding that directors, producers, these companies follow every source material down to the T. What you guys as fans need to realize is that that can't always happen due to budgets, due to the time constraints that Hollywood has to make their movies on, and based on just visions that other people want to portray. How many times have we seen different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shows? They each look different, they each have their own things. Now, in regards to a movie adaptation or a remake of anything that's already created, I've always suggested that if they try to change a major character element that will either alter the story or just change the character at all, is a definite no-no. That kind of takes away from the movie, but it takes away more from the characters that you and I love. Now, if they want to change how they tell the story, for an example, in the new Ninja Turtle show, April's in high school, that's not really an element that's going to kill the character or make the character better. It's just a way of telling her story. If that happens, then I'm pretty sure we can all learn to accept and like it. Now, granted, Michael Bay has had a bad track records with fans, but I think ultimately it's some of the fans' fault. I really like the first Transformers. I like the second half of the third Transformers movie. The second one I wasn't a big fan of, but that's my opinion. Your opinion could be that you absolutely hate it or that you absolutely love it. But that's something that we need to understand, is that everybody's going to see it differently. And the biggest thing you can take away from this is at least give it a shot. And if you don't like it, you have your originals. And if you love it, then it's another piece of art that you can enjoy whenever you want. Now, going back to topic, there are very key elements, or not key elements, but there are certain cues design-wise that I like. For an example, each Ninja Turtle has their own extra spice of color into their overall design. For an example, looking at the picture here on my HP TouchSmart TM2, I love this thing. Donatello has some kind of wrapping on his upper bicep that's purple. Leonardo's shoulder pads are blue, and Raphael, I don't know what's going on with the head thing, but some of his wrappings, his little caveman thing that he's got on his waist, that's red, and that's cool. Michelangelo, on the other hand, there are some things about him that are above and beyond of things that I don't really enjoy. The puka shells, the sunglasses, and the pants. Not a big fan of the pants. The sweater around the waist, though, that's something I think I could see Mikey doing, and I definitely like that cue. That concept, I think I would have done myself if I were going to make a new version of the Ninja Turtles. But a lot of fans don't like that. But, you know, again, that's you know, open for discussion. But I think it's great, and at first I did think the movie was going to fail, but after seeing this picture, after seeing the toys that were leaked, and I have really high hopes, and hopefully this won't have the syndrome of the non-existent piece of crap that was the Last Airbender. You know, hopefully everything building up to it is awesome, then when we see it, it's a lot better than what we expected. So that we'll have to wait and see. Next order of news, the X-Men has recently released a bunch of really awesome and really dope magazine covers for the Empire magazine. There's been some rumors here and there. There's been a couple issues with a lot of the fans, and I'm only going to go over 3 specific characters just for this video here. Now, Rogue has been seen on one of the covers, and supposedly she wasn't going to be in the movie. Now, what I need to tell you guys is, of course, what I'm about to say is based off solely on what I think could happen and is not based on any fact or any truth. But Rogue was supposedly going to be in the movie in either a scene and I think 2 different sequences or something like that. But Bryan Singer decided that her character didn't play enough part to the overall picture, so she wasn't. So they took her out of the movie. But out of no disrespect whatsoever to the actress, Miss Paquin. Now, with the recent magazine cover, a lot of fans are thinking, oh wait, maybe she is going to be in the movie. Well, that's a possibility. Honestly, it's a 50% shot. Either she will or she won't be. But one thing you guys need to understand is that, you know, for this movie, they probably have taken dozens and dozens of pictures prior to filming. So they probably have a lot of marketing stuff ready to go. I know the first trailer had Rogue in it, but now she's not in it. So what you guys might have to realize is with the new marketing that's coming out now, if she is anywhere, it's purely out of marketing because she was initially supposed to be there. Now, what could happen is that maybe she does get a cameo, maybe just a slight little cameo, or maybe they might find a way to work her in a different way. But I think for sure we'll definitely be able to see her on deleted scenes. And if action figures for this movie come out, I definitely believe she'll be out as an action figure. So if you're a big fan of Rogue, which personally I don't think they portrayed the character well in the movie, in the cinematic universe, but hopefully, you know, we can see what happens. But we'll see what happens. I mean, that's really what it is. Now, Colossus, in X-Men 2 and in 3, he played, well, in 2 he played a small role, in 3 he played a little bit bigger role, but with him getting his own comic book, his own magazine cover, and the way he looks, his new costume just looks so badass, I kind of have a feeling that he's going to be used a lot more, and I definitely think that was something that a lot of the fans were asking for. So that's a definitely plus, and hopefully we get to see that. Now, the biggest controversy with this has been Quicksilver. Now, while I don't expect the whole one-piece suit, I kind of would expect to see him maybe a little more, not tactical, but kind of robotic suit-ish like. For an example, in The Flash, in Injustice, Gods Among Us, in the DC Online universe, The Flash kind of had a robotic kind of look to his costume that I thought was really awesome. They tried to revamp it, or not revamp it, but kind of vamp it up a little bit. Something similar to that I was kind of expecting, but he just kind of looks like some punk kid who's got like a Walkman and goggles. So I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully the character and the actor, you know, will be amazing, but based off just the costume alone, you know, kind of have some down hopes, if you kind of get what I'm saying. But we'll see what happens with that. Now, next on the news is the WWE. Now, I've been a fan of the WWE since I was a kid, and I've been in and out of watching Raw, SmackDown, just because either story arcs no longer made sense to me or didn't fascinate me, or I came back because a specific superstar was coming back, or sometimes even the games kind of brought me back. I haven't played any of the recent ones, but when SmackDown vs. Raw first started coming out, the Raw and Raw 2 for the original Xbox came out. Big fan of those games. So around that time, I was kind of back into the game. But recently, Royal Rumble was this past Sunday, and I kind of followed what some of my friends were tweeting and Facebooking about it because I didn't order it. But and I've been watching a couple episodes here and there, so I kind of know what was going on. But essentially, is they screwed over CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns, who I think some of the top competitors, top fan favorites going on in today's WWE. Now, I recently went to a WWE live event in Washington, D.C. It was super awesome, and I can hear all the fans chanting for Roman and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and just lately, man, it's been a lot of controversy. The WWE creative and the top people, they've been really screwing over these three guys. Now, go to what the rumors is. So supposedly, this past Monday night on Raw, after Royal Rumble, CM Punk didn't even stay. Apparently, he came in, talked to Vince McMahon, and left. There has been rumors. Now, disclaimer, these are just rumors, not fact. You can follow it if you want to. You can totally be in denial about it, but I think it at least has some merit that you may keep an eye on. But again, it's just the rumor. You guys need to understand that. It's just a rumor. So supposedly CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are intending on leaving and signing with TNA Wrestling. Now, if they do this would be great because TNA has a lot of really great wrestlers that we grew up with. My personal favorite, Jeff Hardy. There's also got the Dudley Boys on there. Now, I haven't seen it recently to know what their story arcs are going on, but if they acquire Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, definitely I think it's going to help with their ratings, and they'll probably be a really good contender against the WWE. Now, with that said, again, back to the rumors, they are supposedly leaving and maybe joining the TNA. So we'll see what happens. Now, what is confirmed is that WWE has removed CM Punk from several of their listings for future shows. I believe some pay-per-view events. They supposedly stopped following him on Twitter. And just kind of sneaky things like that. They haven't come out and confirmed anything as of yet, but I could be wrong. With that said, definitely I think that's what's going on, is that they definitely got rid of CM Punk. But he is still on the active rosters list, so that has either changed since I started this video or remains to be seen. Maybe they're just trying to renegotiate a deal. Who knows? But definitely I think it's something that, you know, if you are a fan of WWE, we'll look forward to on either this coming SmackDown or Raw, or if you follow any of the weekend shows that are actually up to date, which I don't remember which ones are anymore. So, next, going into the world of games, TitanFall is coming out. Beta is supposedly coming out for, I believe, on Valentine's Day. Based off what I have here, possible start date is for February 14th. However, it is not confirmed. Again, just a rumor from a source that it may be coming out on the 14th. Hopefully it does, though, because me and my brother-in-law have been big fans of TitanFall since they were talking about it at E3. Now, from what I understand, this is only coming out for the Xbox One and PC. We have no idea yet if it's coming out for PlayStation 4, and apparently it's not going to be coming out for the 360 beta. But of course, the actual game could be. But for now, beta is not set for those platforms. Now, reason being is a company called Bluepoint Games is distributing it or porting it, and they ported some of my personal favorites like the Metal Gear Solid HD series, Shadow of Colossus, and God of War. So they're the ones that I think are the ones that are going to be helping dishing it out. So that will be definitely a really awesome thing. Now, personally, I play on Xbox One, so I'm super excited for TitanFall. I know my brother-in-law is super psyched, so definitely we'll wait and see. And as story progresses, I'll be more than happy to give you guys an update. Last bit of news, Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, I've been playing Call of Duty since 2009, since Modern Warfare 2. I've been a big fan of this game. Simply, the news today is just that their new DLC, Onslaught, is out today. I believe it's three maps, an extinction pack, and 2 versions of the same gun, a sniper mode and an assault rifle mode, or I believe it's a designated marksman rifle mode. But that's coming out today. So definitely, if you guys are on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, I suggest checking it out. Definitely, if you want that extra bit of oomph in your Call of Duty gaming. So that's the show for today. I want to thank you guys for joining me in this episode. Now, listen, this is the first episode of the show. Totally fan, not a major critic. Couple disclaimers. Like I said, I am a fan, and this show is made by fan for the fans. I've seen a lot of movies, a lot of great movies. Played a lot of video games. I'm really into comic books and other nerdy and fandom types things, and I definitely would be more than happy and really enjoy talking about a lot of these things. Now, as this show and this channel progress, there are definitely a couple of things I want to do, but I definitely want to hear from you guys first on this first episode, as well as what you might like to see on the next episode. Now, please note, for future episodes, I will have a new section put in for fans, for what you guys want to say. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments, just note it down in the comment section below. Also, I have links to the Twitter account that I set up, as well as the email. So that stuff is going to be down there. And listen, if you like the movie, go ahead and subscribe. Sorry. If you like the TV show, the channel, go ahead and subscribe. This is going to be a silly show from now on, and I want to thank you guys for being a part of this episode, and hopefully you guys will be a part of the rest of the show. So that's it for me, and I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night.